Good day peeps and welcome back to the second part of this video. If you're watching this, then there's a high chance that it's actually New Year's Eve today, or maybe it's released on New Year's Eve and you're watching it at a different time because you're probably busy with family. But still, thank you so much for watching, and I want to wish you all a happy new year. And then of course I want to thank you all for watching me be a little giggly, egotistical idiot who sits there and basically just praises his own drawings for a little bit. But nonetheless, then I hope you enjoy. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to make just an off-putting and creepy design. Yeah, so I basically took like the fishermen, I think they're called, from the Mad Max movie. They kind of like they walk on stilts, and then they put a big fat like hollow Mickey face on it. That is off-putting. Oh yeah, that's another anime frame for y'all. This is so fun. I don't know why, this is just so fun. I'm still waiting for like some stupid ass title to pop up that somebody's gonna comment on. Oh, a lot of hand practice. You'll get there someday, me. Still haven't, but you know, someday I'll get there. Someday. What in God's name? This is how lazy it got. What in God's name? What is unacceptable? What am I pointing? Did I expect myself to remember this? Oh yeah, but that's right. I'm just working on anatomy here. You'll see a lot of these just different anatomy practices that I put in. You'd be surprised by what I would like call a drawing a day. I went from freaking like 4 hours to something I would draw in 5 minutes, and I'd still put it in here just because I was behind. The Mass Ass Crew. Oh, that is nice. I never finished this because I never drew Shepard, but this was my crew in Mass Effect, because I remember I could buy all the Mass Effect games for really cheap, and I'd always heard they were good, so I decided to play them. The first one was alright, the second one was pretty freaking good, and the third one still haven't finished, but I liked it. I liked it. Oh, that's an underrated anime. I do like the style of it though. Oh yeah, that's right. That's basically all my. I also put all my speed paints in here, by the way. Just so there's some of them that's gonna be repeat themselves. Ugh. I don't like Wally. Wally was such a creepy character in Lisa. Don't worry, I didn't come up with that disaster. That's someone else did. Cool scribbling tea. Oh yeah, right. I actually like this kind of style, or this style of sketching, because it literally just involved you being like very just fast about it, and then you didn't have to like think about every line, and I liked it. I don't know why. I've tried to get back to it so many times, but it's just whenever I try to do it, the drawing almost becomes incoherent because I draw so much like over the line, and it becomes hard to see what I'm drawing, but still this turned out pretty good. Another underrated anime. Oremaito. Character design ID. Oh yeah, right. I drew a lot of different character designs. Well, those are kind of dope. I like this one. This one turned out cool. I got better and better at like character designing, and I'm beginning to like, at this point I'm starting to like get into the whole anatomy. I'm starting to nail it a bit more. It's still my main issue, I like, to this very day, is still like small limbs like fingers and feet. That's my main issue. I remember this was like revolutionary for me. This picture might not seem like much, but this was revolutionary for me because it fixed an issue that I've been working with for so long. You can see the issue here. This is another drawing that I put a lot of effort into, not in the in the environment though, but you can see the neck. I didn't know how to draw it because she was kind of looking from a weird angle, so I didn't know how to like attach her neck properly, and I found that out here. That I needed to remember that the neck that's located on like the back of the head, or it's attached to the back of the head, and that's how you can draw these different things. And that's it. Even though it's just a simple sketch, this taught me a lot about how like the head is supposed to be attached. The head is supposed to be attached to the shoulders, basically. So remember that in case you ever run into that issue. Oh yeah, right. By the way, these are just some stuff we did for our games. And I remember this is where it goes downhill. This is where I start to draw less and less, because here I go on not a vacation, I go on like a school tour to America for an entire month. So this means that I miss out on almost an entire month of drawing. I only drew occasionally on like my laptop I had with me, but I just got so behind and I got kind of demotivated, and then I just let the drawings pile up, and this is where I kind of started to lose it a bit, unfortunately. This one was pretty goddamn good. I really like how this one turned out. I really like the way the eyes turn out, everything. The nose could have probably been better, but that is... I like the hair. That is pretty freaking decent in my opinion. Still got a hand and foot problem though. Press F to pay respect. God damn it, Hughes. I like the way I drew the muscles on this guy. It turned out pretty well. It turned out to look kinda, and also the face. It turned out how I wanted it to. So I like the exaggeration of it. I think, except for, I don't remember the character's name, but except for her, then everything else, I pretty much nailed with the exaggeration. I'm really happy with the background. I like this one. Oh my god. This was where I tried to get back into the story animatic, because I basically thought, okay, I can just make up an art style that I like on the spot. So I basically took like a Pinata OC that I found online, started to take inspiration from that, and tried to start learning how to draw in that art style. And I just ended up drawing a lot of just... this is the reason I don't do animatics anymore, because it just takes too long. I don't have the patience for it. Oh, that's right. Maybe it wasn't actually this. Maybe it was Inktober that also helped me burn out, because I just tried so hard to make full drawings that I just burned out my entire habit of drawing. The ones I did, though, were still pretty freaking good. Not a lot of structure to this one, but I like it. This one is pretty damn sweet. I'm a lot more as you can see, I'm a lot more confident in my lines. You can already see that on like the face here, and just the way I draw these shapes. I don't use nearly as many strokes as I did in the past. Oh, this one's pretty sweet too. I really liked what I did for Inktober. I just ended up getting behind because of school and different stuff. I wish I'd continued. Maybe I'd still be maybe this challenge would have turned out a lot better, or this resolution would have gotten a lot more drawings than if I actually committed to it. Or I did commit to it, I just didn't have time. Ah, right. I don't think this is the finished one. Let me find it. Oh, there we go. I wanted to draw something because it was like drooling, but I wanted to draw it kind of in a cute way, so it's a robot that drools oil because it finds a battery cake for its production day. Happy production day. Oh, a lot of these are so good though. A lot of them turn out really well. I put up a lot of effort into these. That one's pretty sweet too. Not nearly as good. Oh, that's a cool use of the different... I don't know how I like the difference between this and this, but still a cool way to just use different like strokes to create something that looks kind of off-putting. That's dope. Yeah, see, this was kind of where I got like the reminder. I felt like I got a reminder that my anatomy was getting a little worse. And here at this point, I'm still... Even today, I think I'm still very... I'm very indecisive about how I want to draw hair. I want to have because I also want to have a unique art style. I don't want to just end up having like a very typical art style. I want an art style that kind of stands out in a bit. And that's why I'm exploring different ways of drawing. That was a pretty good idea for Acrophobia. This was for the drawing different, or illustrating different creepy stuff. That was also a lot of these are clever, more clever than they are in execution. Still practicing anatomy, and I'm still, like, sometimes I need to remind myself, because sometimes I just forget how to draw anatomy, and I'm still switching actually between the box hips and the circle hips. I don't know which one I like more. I kind of like the kind of square art style to it. I'm also switching between like a circle forehead or like I'm very indecisive still to this day. Oh yeah, my semi-recent thumbnail. I've definitely gotten better at the whole, like, it's still serious hand problem, but I've gotten good at drawing like torso up. I'm still unsure about my feetsies and my legsies. Oh yes, the freaking goddamn, anybody who's played Bloodborne, anybody who's played Bloodborne and played the Bloodborne DLC, everybody knows this enemy, and everybody will agree with me that they are the worst enemy in the entire. They're the worst. They're just the worst. They're so horrible to deal with because they're so aggressive. They're so huge. They freaking, their hitbox is so huge, so you just get rammed around like a freaking ragdoll. It's a nightmare dealing with those guys. In case you don't know this game, in case you haven't played Bloodborne, you won't understand how much hatred is happening in this one picture. Oh yeah, that was my design. That's the thing I did for my design assignment. Once again, doing better, still practicing getting those hands right, but still only doing a torso up. Oh yeah, right, that's now we're getting into very, very recent. A hand! See, I'm working on anatomy and I'm getting semi-good at it, but hands and feet, they are my primary issue in this one. What is this? What is this? Is this a finger? Well, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's like a hand doing the V sign, but it's just very fat-fingered. Oh, here's a good example of me getting more confident, like, in my line art. I think I'll keep this one because I think that's the last good one I made. Yeah, the last couple of ones are just kind of like... The last couple of ones are just like mess-ups. or like not mess ups, just sketches that I didn't really put a lot of effort into. So basically, so that was fun. That was fun going through that whole. Well, of course, I didn't look at every single drawing. That would have taken me freaking ages to get through. But hopefully, that was interesting. Like going that, or I thought it was interesting at least. Like going from or seeing how I improved throughout the year. I think I did learn. I did definitely the most obvious thing that I learned was definitely better anatomy, and then also more confident anatomy, but also more confident in general. With stuff like my line art, I got a lot more confident in just the way I draw. I don't draw in like rapid strokes anymore, which it used to be the only way I used to draw. My way of sketching and like the way I do hand anatomy and foot anatomy and stuff, I still kind of shy away from that by like giving them either boots or then some big like fists or something like that makes it very easy to draw their hands, and that's something that I need to get better at next year. But yeah, I think this is the progress that you'll make if you draw like, or well, every day for like 2/3 of the year. I think that's some impressive progress, and I can already see myself looking back at this video in a year or so, in a couple of years or so maybe, and then saying, ha, that looks absolutely horrible. Now I'm drawing a lot better. But I'm just happy to see any progress at all. One of the things I was worried about in the beginning of this was that I just wouldn't see progress, and while it is slow progress, then I am making progress nonetheless, so I can nothing but recommend this. I would recommend for you to create a habit out of this. That's one of the things I need to do as well, so I don't have to rely on willpower for me to actually get my drawings done. I need to make it a habit. I need to create a certain time of the day that I can just sit down and draw, and I just automatically want to draw. That's something I need to get established, so I don't need to think about it. I just need to be able to draw every single day, and when I finally am able to draw every single day of the year, then I'll make progress a lot faster. And not because, remember, this isn't even full drawings that I did for 2/3 of the year. This was a lot of sketches. Sometimes I even just drew like a face in a sketch, and that's it. Let me find it. It's a Scott Pilgrim one, I know it. Scott Pilgrim. You know what? Let's just let's go back from that. Okay, but yeah, now you can see I didn't even draw like full draw. I didn't like color I colored very, very few pictures throughout this entire thing. The only things I basically colored was the speed paints that I was doing for videos, but except that then I didn't color anything. Other than that, it was just mostly sketches, and even though I did shabby sketches most of the time throughout the years, then I still made some reasonable progress, so I recommend that you get into this habit, and I'm gonna try my very best to actually get through this challenge and draw every single day of the year that's gonna be my New Year's resolution. But anyways, I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for seeing my past, and hopefully this inspired you to go out and draw. So now that you can actually see that progress can happen, it's not that it can happen, it will happen if you just set off the time and practice. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'm guessing this is also a New Year's video or New Year's celebration video, so I'll leave this off with a Happy New Year, Happy 2019, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.